Hey ladies and gents, boys and girls, good day one and all. Apologies for the late start guys, but I am here nonetheless, so better late than never, as they say. So without further ado guys, let's get this show on the road. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Once again, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. Bit of volume. There's definitely a bit of volume. These candles once again are huge at the minute. It's been a bit of a sell-off prior to the stream. So definitely volatility is still there and will be there for, I mean, the uncertain near future. But anyway guys, you know the drill. If you could, please be sure to hit that like button. If you have any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to take a look at, feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll get to you guys all shortly. Meantime though, let's take a look at the all-important news calendar to see if there is anything scheduled for our session here today or moving forward into MLAS session. So had some high impact news for the yen today and also the Aussie dollar. Not too sure what came of that. I think they're pretty hawkish from what I understood prior to the meeting, so I'm assuming that was the stance. Moving forward, there is obviously high impact news also for the pound to come. That is 30 minutes prior to MLA open, so that is going to be big. That's the budget release. That's a big one. Sure, they'll fluff that just like every other Western currency. Anyway, moving forward into MLA session, big day. So ADP to come and ISM services PMI. So huge day in regards to news. Keep an eye on that, and obviously guys, with what's going on elsewhere, and anything could happen at any point in time, so it's important to have your finger on the pulse with the news. So I'd suggest having at least Forex factory open. It's probably not the best one though in regards to breaking news. Financial juice would be better for that. There would be nothing wrong with having some of the major media outlets open as well, just to see what might be breaking. Anyway guys, let's get into the analysis. That's what we're here for, to have a look at the gold and see what we can come up with moving forward here today. So let's start with the gold and let's have a look at that weekly time frame. And what we can see, so we've pulled back to create that lower wick, and we are now rejecting. So still falling bullish, still have a high, low, high, high. We were to continue bullish, probably not much need though to break through the low form, which is also obviously going to be some minor support. At that point there, or major support, we could potentially look for some sells off the back of price pushing back below or moving back below the weekly candles low, which is also previous daily low. All right, and that daily, look where we tapped into guys, right to the very beginning of that resistance zone here on the higher time frame, and at $5,417 region, only to reject and close back weak bullish. Current candle has created a significant upper wick, suggesting yet again perhaps we'll grab some upside liquidity, or let's perhaps push further bearish if we begin to break the low of that previous daily candle. What I can see though, which is very interesting, is that resistance. What do you guys know of that candle? That is a pause candle. That is an interruption candle. So would be valid interruption entries at the height of that pause candle itself. So conflicting story here in the daily, because we've seen the power of the interruption candle throughout the last year or so. Now, if we break the low of the previous daily, we have counter probabilities being bearish, but we're running pretty much straight into that pause candle, about 110 pips below it roughly. You're looking at $11 move roughly. That could get very interesting. So we'll leave that level in for the time being. We'll likely remove it in a moment. We'll make our way down to the 4-hour time frame. So we know on the daily we've rejected the resistance, weekly is pulling back, current daily is forming strong bearish. 4-hour structure is still, again guys, the way I see it, it's not flipped, it's still technically bearish, but yes, we are still creating high lows, high highs within the structure itself. So the trend within the structure is definitely bullish still. We could be confirming a close below support though shortly. So I mean, off the back of the 4-hour, what this suggests is we could potentially look for the new candle. So within the current daily candle, we'll have to look on the 15 what levels we've created within it, because on the open of the new 4-hour, we could be looking for price to potentially pull back to one of those levels and look for some sort of signal and rejection for potential sell options. Let's just mark in this as the most recent resistance. For support, we'll leave it, wait until we get to the 15-minute. May even mark that level back in, to be honest. But anyway, let's go down to the 15-minute time frame and see what we got on this particular time frame here. So let's shift this across Just go back to the 4 hour quickly. So the highest point of bearish candle is just there. Let's see if it's the same point at 15. It's a little bit higher up. All right, so that'll be the resistance to the upside, most recent. Now within the current daily candle, we've obviously just formed some minor resistance as well. So let's mark that in and change that to blue so we know it's a minor level. And let's mark in another 4 hour level just here and change that to gray. So state of proceedings, guys, the 15-minute structure, the way I see it, is technically bearish. We've got the 15-minute bearish, we've got the daily candle forming strong bearish, we've got the 4 hour candle probabilities to the downside. Options for me, guys, I'm going to look for both the buyers and sellers here today. Now, as mentioned, the new 4 hour is shortly about to open. Obviously, it depends on your broker. What I'd be looking for is the new 4 hour candle to pull back, create its upper wick. And if we can pop above this minor resistance here and tap back in, then we could create it more of a significant upper wick on the new 4 hour. And that could provide me a potential entry point above that 53.19 to 20 sort of region. We'd be looking for potential buys above that point there. Now, what we do also have here is what we call the cluster 15-minute interruption, which played out quite nicely for those who were who were actually listening and to the analysis on silver yesterday. The one on silver, I'll show you guys that moving forward shortly. It played out perfectly, the one we called out. So hopefully some of you actually took it. Similar scenario here on gold, but to the upside. So there is a cluster interruption entry back near the resistance, so that could be a potential sell limit point. However, the safer option is always going to be to wait and see if price pulls up to that resistance, begins to reject, and look for some sort of sell from back below the resistance. But definitely keep an eye on that little interruption, the cluster interruption just below it. They'll be looking for sells below the resistance. Now, further options for me, guys, if we were to begin to pop below the support formed just above the current the previous daily candles low, now I do believe at that point there's a high probability that price will actually pull back to attack that previous daily candles low and look for the back of that note. We could look for a potential sell to target what could be a longer term buy, which back at the high of the daily interruption. So let's just mark in that daily interruption. Let's remove that. So daily IC, and just to be aware, so we know why I've got that level marked in. That is something we definitely need to consider. So that could be the target. That is pretty much it on the gold, what I'd be looking at moving forward here today. Pretty simple, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see if and what presents, but the fact of the matter is the volume is huge. So what we're likely going to do is, in regards to stop losses, you've got one of two choices. You're either going to have to roll with a wider stop, giving it a bit more of a wider target, and therefore you're going to have lower your risk. That's just how it's going to be, guys, unless you want to risk it for the biscuit. You guys know how I feel about that. It's not something I recommend doing. Otherwise, what you could do is, so let's just say we get the closure above, what we'll need to do is wait for the following candle to create a significant lower wick, and after you trust that and just use that, which means it's a lot more difficult to actually manage a trade once you're in it. But we'll see what presents, if anything, and we'll decide at that point in time. So that is the goal, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. Let me know what you think and if you have any different idea. And let's quickly move on to German 40. Here's one I marked up earlier chart. Very bearish here on German 40. When I would consider looking for buys is once you flip the 15-minute structure back bullish. So that will be upon a confirmation of a closure back above this point here, which I will now just mark in, seeing we have confirmed a low, and that is 2438.7 to be exact. Price was to close above that point there. What I would prefer, though, is for actually price to tap into what is a 4-hour support just a little bit lower down. We could argue we're currently at it, though. So I would say so long as it actually flips the 15-minute structure back bullish, I believe then it could be options to take a buy for a potential sell, to target a potential sell option a little bit higher up. That's just a quick update on German 40, but it is quite bearish. I mean, you got the weekly forming extremely strong bearish at the minute at strong support though, as is the daily. So those buys could present, and probably the better option for the sell will be upon the pullback. But yeah, very bearish, guys. and that is quickly German 40. But back to the gold. Let's just have a scope through the time frames to see if there is any. Oh geez, that almost tapped into the interruption here. Went on a double take. Not quite though. All right, in the meantime, let me say g'day to you all in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to smash that like button, please. We got hit today. Once again, apologies for the late start. Michael, g'day to you. Franco, morning to you. Trevor, morning to you, mate. Just had a nice setup in gold, 15-minute charts or an Adam and Eve pattern that played out nicely. Happy for you. Don't know what the Adam and Eve pattern is, but probably take a bit of a stab at it. I'm not gonna butcher it, so it's all good. And my mind will probably be in the wrong place. Hence why I'm not gonna bother. Some boss gone lens. Today's waiting for Mr. Justin was something else. I've refreshed severally. Apologies, mate. My graphics card updated and I didn't realize it was going to screw up with all the settings, so I had to change everything, and it was a right ball pain in the backside. And me and technology don't really go hand in hand, to be honest. But good morning to you nonetheless. Some boss gone lens, you're here today. Happy because you're not here only to learn but here to trade. Yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see what we can come up with. We had a nice trade yesterday with the members on a live call about an hour after the stream. Put a nice interruption buy on gold, which played up absolutely really well, to be honest. There was a bit of drawdown, but once it got going, it really pushed. And as I mentioned, the silver, the late interruption from yesterday, if anyone did take it, you had much more than a 1-to-1. That was the stop loss tapped in there, very little drawdown. You definitely would have got about 2-to-1 on that. So if anyone actually took it, well done. Otherwise, today did call a trade in the group which didn't work. I didn't take it myself though. That was on gold. It was a 30-minute, was it a 30-minute guy? I think it was a 30-minute interruption which didn't actually play out. The volume kicked in and just sunk. Not sure if it was here, I can't remember, but the guys were looking at it, and I did believe it was a decent entry because he did have still some margin to the upside. But then what I discovered was tapped into the cluster 1 hour, so the higher time frame holds precedence. A little bit late though, so that is something you need to always consider when looking for an entry. There is obviously on the higher time frame a valid entry in the opposite direction. That one is the stronger confirmation. Jim, g'day to you, hope you're well. Peter, g'day to you as well. I'm Oscar Lens, you're funding me account $200. Okay, mate. Dean, forgot I had the stream open and got confused hearing your voice over my show. All good, mate. But man, appreciate it. The laughter Roblox. Probably butcher your name, but anyway, help me start, guys. Start what, mate? Brad, clean range above 53.19. Yep, it is, mate. So that's likely what we're waiting for at the minute. The list, fundamentally why gold is falling. No idea, to be honest. I believe it could be just the market makers just playing games, to be honest, because fundamentally you would assume gold would be pushing, but that's why I say don't trade what you think will happen, trade what you see happen. So react to what you see happening. Laura, g'day to you. We'll let you guys in on the call too. Good morning, guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Nags, good morning to you too, mate. To my team, let me share with you a link. Now, where's this gone? Oh, hold on. Let's start the Zoom call again, don't I? Here it is. One moment. To my team. The list all good. Still personally extremely bullish in gold and silver. None of this puts me off. Still have full conviction that it's going to continue to the upside. All right, to my team, I've got that link for you guys. Enjoyed that call yesterday. It was a good one. We did some education. We took a trade. It was a nice win. I'll be on later with you guys again for pre-MY. So I'm talking about my team, not YouTube. Let me let TikTok in. They were well behaved yesterday, so I'll give them another go. Did anyone actually take the silver interruption yesterday that we spoke about on the stream? Hopefully some of you took it. Let's quickly look at silver though. Anyway, guys, just obviously silver it doesn't take as much to move it, so it's obviously not as big of an asset class as is the gold. So it does push and drop, generally speaking, percentage wise, a lot more than what gold does, with a lot more volatility, and spreads are always wider in silver as well. Let's quickly look at it though. So the weekly, and who would have thought that? So it's pretty much bearish engulfing that previous candle. So again, got a feeling it could be even China at the minute trying to manipulate the metal price, because they do want a cheap metal pricing. They are the largest manufacturer around the world of pretty much everything. And what is silver used for? Pretty much everything, isn't it, guys? It's in everything we've basically got right beside us. It's in the computer, it's in our phones, it's in everything. And of late, that's what's happened. Shanghai Open has just crashed silver pretty much every single day. This is the open today. Actually, that's the actual open, but it has since completely sold off. So interesting, because prior to the Chinese New Year, it was the opposite. The Asians would be buying up gold and silver, and the US and London would just do nothing, as we know. And the US would tend to try to drop it back down. Anyway, so weekly, strong bearish, daily, bearish counter probabilities, broken a support, currently pulling back to that support, which lines up with some previous resistance here to the left. Been tapped into, so that cluster is not valid. Onto the 4 hour time frame here, and we're trying to pop back above the support. We'll actually wait for the 5th. No, we'll mark in a level here, and we'll go to the 15 shortly. That lines up with resistance to the left, so hence why we could be trying to pull, and currently are pulling back above it. Onto the 15-minute time frame. All right, so I'm just going to remove this zone, and I'm going to draw in the zone here. And similar to gold, we've got some minor support or resistance, sorry, just back above the 4 hour level. So if we begin to pop above this point here, which I will mark in the level 86.58155 to be exact, then that to me will be a really good entry point to look for some buys on silver. I'd be preferencing a closure above, price pulling back to retest, then look for continuation. Just make sure there is no cluster, there's no interruption in the opposite direction. So similar to gold, you do actually have one back at the resistance on the 30-minute here. So that could be a good potential entry point. It's in line with the current direction of the daily. It's in line with the weekly. Daily will still be actually bearish at that point. So that could be a good entry point to a sell, guys. So limit order sell on the interruption. Let's put it in here. M30. I see. This is something you could consider. Better options on silver. Let's see below. All right, so let's just mark in a level here, and then we'll, because that is the level below the current. All right, so it's pretty much smack bang right on the current daily support at the daily low, just above it. So we'll remove that. So below the current daily, the support just above the current daily candles low, continuation sells to me will look really, really good. We are forming strong bearish within the current daily candle. We would have pulled back quite significantly within the current daily to potentially have grabbed upside liquidity in order to make the move back down. So potential sells if it does reject from higher up. So we're making a clean move just now. So I would consider sells below. But otherwise, guys, if price did pop back down, preference triggering some buys, trap those buys close below, retest continuation. That would be a really nice option for a sell on silver. That is how I see silver. Let's get back to gold. I can see it's starting to push a little bit. No impulse entry for me, guys. I'm waiting for a 15-minute confirmation here. Let's just see. Still got plenty of time. Huge stop losses. This is tough with such wide stop losses. Not easy for a trader like me, to be honest. Seeing it would mean I have to go down to my lowest risk pretty much. I do trade fixed lots as opposed to percentage risk. TikTok, g'day to you guys. Don't be shy to ask questions. Say g'day. Be nice, please. Also, smash that screen for us if you could. Let's get the numbers onto the stream. Took 2 seconds. Patron Saint FX. Goodbye to you. And please, guys, don't DM some moron who comes on the stream asking you guys to do that. Don't be stupid. I'm sure you're all intelligent enough not to. I had the order in, but took it out when I went to bed, so I missed out on silver. Yeah, I had it in too, but I did the same because it took the win on the call. Gold, I see buy, so I have decided not to risk it on the sell overnight. There's a lot of volume though today. These candles were crazy. Some big candles there. But they weren't as clean as what they looked because they were popping up, down, down, up, down, down, up, and they closed obviously strong bearish. But from high to low, it's a big candle. It's a $39.90 candle. So I mean, off the back of that, it's almost a 0.75% in one candle. That's big when it comes to gold. Let's have a comparison here on silver. Some of these candles are massive. There you go. So that's a 3.53% drop in that one candle on silver. So yeah, not too sure why. I have no idea. I've not kept abreast of the news today coming out of obviously Middle East. I'm not sure if perhaps some positive news may have came from it. I'm not too sure. Let's have a look at the majors though. Have they been? No, they're also dropping. So again, guys, the XY, a bit of strength as I predicted on the weekend. It mentions my members, I do believe the US dollar will get a bit of a bid off the back of what has been going on around the world. Life is good. Hello, almost top ticked on the big short on gold. Past Val on that. Okay, nice one, mate. User, am I longing? I'm potentially looking for a long, but I've also got some options for a short that should read sell. It's not bias. So I'm more neutral today than what I was yesterday. Yesterday I was just bullish, only looking for buy options. Today I'm neutral because I got the 15-minute structure being bearish, got the current daily forming a strong, it's pulling back just now, but as a lower high, it is forming bearish. We've got 4-hour counter probabilities to the downside, but my analysis is 4-hour on this particular broker is just open. And what I'm looking for is for it to create its upper wick, close above on the minor time frame, this minor resistance, retest it, and then begin to pull away. And it's going to create in that point there what I believe could be more of an upper wick on the 4-hour. Off the back of that, I could potentially look for a buy option, but I'm not opposed to looking for a sell upon the pullback as well, or upon continuation below the support at 52.82. That's my plan on the gold today. As I always mention, guys, I'm not going to force a trade. There's always another session. Yesterday it turned out that the trade I took was on the call with the members. That's the beauty about being part of the VIP. You get up to 5 live calls a week away from the stream. Last week there was 5 calls. Didn't stream Friday, but I did jump on a call for London Open with the members. going on YouTube. You guys currently in any trades? Let me know. Let's get this chat moving a little bit. Get the numbers onto the stream. Don't forget to hit the like button as well for me, please. Those of you on YouTube and TikTok, let me shout out questions as well. Make sure to tap that screen. All right, so the 15-minute has closed here and we're still below the resistance. So there is no confirmation for me just yet. I just need to wait a little bit longer. All good. Never feel rushed to take a trade, or never feel like you have to take a trade. Because if you feel that way, then you're not in it for the right reasons. You're likely going to get wrecked. Pretty bad, sell or buy, waiting. See options to either side, to be honest. See options, the upside and downside. I don't have any confirmation, so just patiently waiting. Unreleased, quite an eventful Asian session. It seemed to be, yes. Yeah, a lot of volume. Point off adult. Point of adult? No, I don't. I just gold. No, I don't trade crypto. Peter, you're in a sell Oz 200 from 91.60. Wow, nice one, mate. Interesting, nice one. Well, you're flying. Yeah, so equities, looks like equities are selling off, as obviously German 40, I did the analysis on that, NASDAQ as well. But I mean, the Aussie market's cop it big time. That also could be at the back of the news from the RBA. Came out assuming that would have been quite hawkish, because the Australian dollar's actually held up probably the strongest against the US dollar in comparison to the other majors. The Euros had a big sell-off. GU's also had quite a significant sell-off. So the Aussie's holding quite strong. So I believe that would have been off the back of the rhetoric coming from the RBA. Not too sure what actually presented. Iran's Revolutionary Guards commander says Strait of Hormuz is closed. And set on fire any ship trying to partner. All right, interesting. Oil. Let's take a quick look at oil, because assuming oil prices will be going through the roof. Not as high as what I would have thought, to be honest. I would have come to switching onto this chart thinking we're probably well above the previous day's high. Since the market opened for the week, gap up, we're actually in a negative. Quite interesting. Obviously it's going to be a lot of developments to come from the Middle East. Don't think anything's going to happen stop anytime soon, to be honest. I think it's going to be something that lingers quite some time, drawing potentially other countries. So who knows, let's hope it doesn't, you know, play out to a full world war again. YouTube, you guys, what's going on? Only 30 people on stream. TikTok, don't forget YouTube. I'm streaming live on YouTube at the same time. You get the full screen, you get the price scale and all, so it's probably in your best interest. Plus I start the stream usually 30 minutes earlier. I released everyone was long gold, but it had other plans. Yeah, I believe it could be a little bit of market manipulation, to be honest. Very bad. I was in a sell earlier. What broker? This one. Mihai? Hey bro, what about GJ Sell's London session? Yeah, nice little interruption, which I don't think it's been retested just yet. No, it actually has. Oh, literally right on. Wow. Look, it's a little overextended, but there is clean traffic. So the back of that, your options are this closes weak bullish. There could be potential sells, it breaks the low. Or you could simply wait for the following candle and see how it actually closes. And if it closes strong bearish engulfing, then you got another interruption that would become valid, and that would be your entry. Stop loss back above the high. I mean, sales look good, but I want to see a bit of exhaustion prior to it. Release smart money took full advantage of people long in gold. Likely, but I mean, if you're long in gold and at the beginning of the week, still actually up. But yeah, it could be that. Life is good, 9 in trade, middle mate. Trending down channel, wake game, fair enough. Peter J, RBA is concerned about inflation with the Iran war, and they are really not sure how it's going to affect the economy. Obviously, you know, just pussyfooting around saying it's going to negatively affect the economy. And it's going to really be tough for the average Aussie. It's going to be tough for everyone around the world, to be honest. It's going to create problems with the price, cost of living, inflation. I mean, oil is what runs the world. And with that, or it's also obviously the problem here is the government excise on it. So the government could actually control it a little better if they didn't tax it so freaking much. But they get their greedy hands on everything, don't they? But they could easily help solve this issue. They weren't so greedy. And I'm sure it's the same in other Western countries. Still a bit of a waiting game here on gold. Just under 8 minutes, we'll see where this candle closes. We want it to close above, and we want the following candle to pull back, retest. That would just have to be used as the stop loss if there is to be a valid entry. But the minute we're currently rejecting, it's tricky. 5 minutes just consolidating, so nothing off the back of that time frame as well. Just on that note, smart money take full advantage of people long gold. I mean, real smart money is actually buying physical gold and silver for that matter. And those people aren't concerned at all. Well, should not be anyway concerned at all by these pullbacks. I should be happy if you can get your hand on the physical, because it means you're getting in again a little bit cheaper than what you would have at the beginning of the week. It's just hard to get your hands on it, and plus the premiums. I know here in Oz the premiums are through the roof. On silver you're looking at about a 30% premium at the minute, which is, I mean, it's not great in all honesty. But smart money is always buying. Reason being, I mean, I'll ask you guys the question: what is the value of promises that can't be kept? Zero. Absolutely nothing. What's the value of a currency that can be diluted? Again, big fat nothing. What's the value of paper contracts that can't be met? Is, again, I would say F all, but you guys get the picture. The value is nothing. Silver, gold, that's finality. That is real money. That is true value. More so gold, but silver as well. Silver has a lot of value in regards to its use case. It's still considered by many as a monetary metal as well, as well as the industrial metal. So that to me is just why, you know, smart people, smart money would buy physical and store it, hold it. But if you store it yourself, that is the safest, always the safest option. That comes with risk though, obviously burglary and that type of thing, theft. But if you have a good place to hide it, to be honest, it's always more beneficial if you can actually own it, hold it yourself. Can't be taken away from you. If you hold it in storage, I mean, it's yours, but who knows? Who knows if the government's coming knocking to the particular storage providers. Always a risk, guys. There's always risk involved with everything, but I believe there's less risk involved with owning physical gold and silver. And that is truth. That is facts. Cannot be made, cannot be produced. Scarce. There is more volume of physical gold and silver leaving the coal mix than there is coming in. So, I mean, you guys do the math. Some Moscow lens, Mr. Justin Gold is a little tricky at the moment, I guess. Just a little. Need a strong confirmation. Need the close above. I'm going to try to predict the impulse because you'd be stuck in a fair bit of drawdown right now if you try to look for a buy stop. And there's no guarantees, even if you close above. No matter what so-called guru says to you, I guarantee to do this for your account, so on and so forth. Send me all your money first. I never promise shit, guys. I just trade off past results and know what works for me. Knowing there's a high probability. That's what I do. I don't talk bullshit. I don't beat around the bush and tell you. I don't lie to you guys about promising anything. I always say to you guys, you need to commit, especially those who join the VIP. It's not going to work for everyone. I understand it. It's not going to be for everyone. I understand that. But if you put the time in and the effort, guarantee you'll learn a lot. You walk away a better trader. And for some of you, it will be exactly how you need to trade. And I've got proof in the pudding because I've coached many and mentored many that have become really successful traders. So, I love getting the messages from the guys. Peter J, the good thing about gold and silver physical is you can bury it in your backyard. You can do that and it will not, I mean, it's gold anyway. Gold will look the exact same. Even if you were to bury it without a case, it will literally look the exact same. Silver will likely deteriorate a little bit, but I mean, it's still silver. As long as it's, you know, 3.9 is fine, it's still same value. Because the ores can actually affect the, I can't remember the actual term for it. There is a name for when it spoils a little bit. Ashkin, can I check EU? Is it here? Here. All right, so we're gonna have quickly check it. EU. It's looking pretty good for some continuation sells by the looks of it. You got clean chuck to the left. It's paused. It's triggered in some buyers. Yeah, EU looks pretty good. If you wait for the upper wick to form on the following candle, definitely be looking for sell options more so than buyers. Or you could look for the 1 hour interruption on the close of this hourly if you still got time remaining. But yeah, definitely be more focused on the sells. Sorry, mate. I just want to keep an eye on gold though for the time being. Thank you to the new followers, guys. Appreciate it. Those on TikTok, don't forget to jump across to YouTube at some point. Some Moscow lens, precious metals. That's it. That's where the real money is. Even platinum, I mean, it's not monetary metal. Look, even it's starting to warm a little bit to copper, but the difference with copper is purely industrial. So assuming, because it's definitely on the cards that the economy is going to shit the bed, don't think there'll be as much demand for copper, because it's not going to be as much, you know, building and infrastructure going up. That's just how I see it. But who knows? I mean, it could follow gold and silver. It could even outpace gold and silver. Just not as keen on copper, to be honest. I prefer, if I was to choose anything other than silver and gold, I'd probably go for platinum, palladium, maybe even nickel, but nickel is similar to copper as well. Similar use case. Michael, looking to become a member? All good, mate. In whenever in your own time, you're always welcome. Membership is open, guys. Once again, you get full access to the course, which has been updated quite a lot of late, plus the new course that has been in the making. Enjoying working on that. Abusa Yad Bugara. Apologies about butchering your name, but welcome to you. Let's see if we can even get an interruption entry here on gold. So this would be fantastic. And I'll like that. I'll go over why. Let me just draw it. We can close like this. Can it have a wick? Doesn't have to have a wick. We've got the interruption. We've got the pause just here. What it lines up with is the resistance itself. So it is definitely a good chance of a level that price could pull back to in order to grab some more liquidity before flipping back bullish. So to me, that would be an A+ entry if it does present, but we need to wait for that confirmation. Still plenty of time. $740 continuing bearish here as well. Quickly go back to EU. Not much of an upper wick. It is clean to the left. This 1 hour interruption could be a cracking trade though. That could be something to keep an eye on. Sunburst Gold Lens, I would save more money for your course, so Justin, let me make some money. All good, mate. All good in your own time. Mikey Lavelle, 1 hour candles forming a bull flag. Possibly, I'm not too sure, mate. I don't trade flags and pennants and all that, but not saying it's, you know, you're right or wrong or whatever. No opinion of it. Ed, why so little movement right now? So this is a bit deceptive, guys. Yes, the candles aren't really moving at all with any, you know, volume. They're not moving in any direction. They're just going sideways at the minute. But again, what this is, this whole area is just a build up of orders, build up of liquidity again in the markets in order to make the next move. Whether it be to the upside or downside remains to be seen. Now, the issue with this build up of, you know, volume in the market is that when it breaks, and we don't know exactly when it'll break, because you could have anticipated that maybe this candle would have been the one that broke all the way back. The issue is when it does break, there is a good chance it could just really break, and I can't risk that entry, the impulsive entry, because there's no confirmation. What may happen though is where we get, you know, this sort of confirmation where price just closes above retesting and pulls away. That is what I'm waiting for. Chance of that happening though, we have to wait and see. But it could also come back down just as quickly or easily as it could go up. So that's why I'm not going to try to predict the next move. I'm waiting for it to show its hand, and then I'll look to see what sort of confirmation I could perhaps get to get involved in the markets. So again, for me, some of you are going to be buying this. Some of you are already in buys. That's fine. Good luck. I wish you all the best. I hope you're in some nice profit. Some of you are going to be trying to buy this. Probably were trying to buy on the previous candle. And I hope it works. But I can't join you in that buy at the minute. I'd rather be my strict, disciplined self Because how do I know? What confirmation do I have?
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Hey mate, how's it going?
Hey, yeah, good.
All good?
Better.
Good to hear. You sound better. That's good.
Yeah, thank you. How about you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. It's a busy day, but all good.
Yeah.
Can't complain. What are we looking at today?
Yeah, also on some buys and goals in this area.
Yep.
And I was looking also on the GU cells, but it seems that
All right, smooth. Yep.
What I have observed is again the issue with the closure of the Asian high and lows in the M50 will have also success.
Oh, yeah, yep.
So, and it's also in the same level as the IC entry here.
Yeah, wow. That's a double confirmation.
As yesterday. Same as
Same
yesterday.
thing, bro.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something to pay attention when the market is trending, and obviously it's trending at the minute, so
Yeah.
I mean that's maybe something you can look to trade moving forward.
It's cracking on GU what we have said.
Yeah. Yep, we did quite a lot of testing on GU guys on the 15-minute strategy, the Asian session range strategy, which if you've not watched, I've posted videos on both TikTok and YouTube. And it works so well on GU. It works unreal on GU. I want to test that on some of the other currency pairs as well.
Yeah, on EU it didn't work that good, so I observed this
Okay.
sometime, but nevertheless for sure you can also take a look.
Yeah, for sure.
Wider time
Maybe
frame.
even one of the yen pairs or something.
Did you take it to the trade on Asian test?
Not today, no. I actually had the buy limit set on, I think it was here on gold on the M30. And it literally got to about a pip and a half away and it bounced up like 30 plus pips. And obviously things to attend to here that you guys know about. So I just removed it. And I came back and it burst straight through it, so I was a little bit lucky on that one, to be honest, because it would have hit, and so I think it did hit stop loss and some of the guys. But yesterday, go on, mate. You go.
This would be some impulse trade.
Oh no, it was the interruption on the 30.
Ah, okay, interruption.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, but also what I observed is it tapped into the 1 hour cluster. And that holds the precedence, to be honest. That probably should have looked at that thinking probably better to try to sell it from this point, but I was more fixated on looking for buy options, to be honest. But look at the rejection of it, absolutely perfect. Strong rejection. The one from yesterday, silver, that we spoke about would have been an absolute cracking entry as well. Just here. But I removed the order prior to going to bed, so all good. But just the one trade. Sorry, mate.
You have also issues with this trade on
yeah, on silver. Yeah, so just the one trade for me so far this week. That was the one on the call. You guys yesterday.
was great yesterday, yeah.
Yep. Let's see on gold if we can get maybe a similar entry. Waiting game. Michael, I'm at member. Do I need WAP app? You're a member. Oh, nice one, mate. No, you don't need WAP app. You should have access. I mean, it should instruct you as to how to access Discord. You should be sent an email, mate, if you did. To join up. Unless you join the free group, which is all good. You're more than welcome to just join that. Not much happens there, though. Just get more alerts about streams and videos and things like that, more than anything. So you're currently testing out in the Nikkei. Okay. You're talking about the 15-minute Asian range. right, so gold, it is breaking out. It did pop up, did pop back down, and it is currently trying to break out. So I need to start to look for potential entries. Like I said, if this can close strong bullish engulfing, then I'm definitely going to be looking for a limit order buy on the interruption play here on the 15-minute time frame. That is straight off the bat what I'd be looking for, but it all depend on where this candle closes. Steve Williams got what is gold doing, pushing out the range with no bottom wick. It's tough, but again, this is because to me it's a build up of liquidity into the market, and there is a chance it could have done this, and it is doing it. But what is that? What's the confirmation? It's hard. Shall I buy now? To you. Elder can probably still get to 52.61 range. I mean, anything could happen. Possibly could. There is the daily interruption candle at 52.50 roughly. It begins to pop below 52.82. Now I do believe that comes into play. So yes, that level would also be met if that's the case. You're saying you entered because the 1 hour chart? Okay, fair enough. Yep, fair enough. Long wick rejection, broken the high. It's not a bad entry. Something similar I spoke about on the members education call yesterday in the 30-minute time frame. That happened yesterday. Unreleased W break. Okay, nice one. Laura, g'day to you.
Good day, Justin.
Hey mate, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, all good. All good, mate.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Just close the position on EU.
Yep. Yeah, I think that would be a winning trade.
Yes.
Nice one.
Took a shot on the alley.
Okay, nice one.
I think you see it directly.
No upper wick, but otherwise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a good trade.
Yeah. It didn't have the upper wake, but because it closed, it break below yesterday's low and created that
The pullback towards it.
Yeah, the pullback to retest it, and once it started pulling away and break the low, I took the entries.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Nice one, mate.
Yeah. Just closed it now at about, I think I closed like 16 pips for it. I just closed full position.
Nice one. Good work, my friend.
Thanks.
Just waiting on gold here, but
I was looking at similar on GU, but the GU did not look that much convincing. It looks kind of weak bearish instead of weak bullish. I was expecting to close similar to GU, but it closed weak bearish on the alley, so
fair enough.
I didn't consider it.
Yep. Totally fair enough, I believe. Alright, just focused on gold here, guys, for potential limit order. So the high of that candle on my brokerage charts 53.19.98. 53.19.98. Now it's getting into wide stop. You're gonna have to lower lot sizes, in my opinion. You're looking at about 97 pip stop. So look, in this sort of circumstance, I mean, it's hard to secure that 20-30 pip mark. There's nothing wrong with doing it still if you want to, though. but I probably would get to break even because the volatility, it's a little bit still over the place on gold. These candles are still quite big, but it looks like we could have a valid limit order, so that's what we'll potentially be looking at shortly. It's a limit order buy back at the high on the interruption candle play here on the M15 time frame. I mean, if you want, you could probably place a stop loss below the bullish candle, but for generally speaking, for this entry, the stop loss should be placed below the interruption. So 53.1998, and now it should be whatever the highest point of that bearish candle is on your broker's chart, guys. Don't just copy my entry, but it is valid. So that's what I'm currently looking at. Marco, I sent a message to you on VIP. Does the course cost 30 a month? That's what, yeah, that's it, mate. That's the one. Do you have access to, can you see all this? If not, I'll reply to your message after, mate. You probably sent a message in the WAP app itself. But the actual all the info, everything's done through Discord, so it should prompt you. It should send you an email and prompt you. But don't worry too much because I'll figure it out. If not, I can sort out how to let you into the group. But again, wait, the email should come to you shortly. If it already if it hasn't, check your spam folder, and it should prompt you as to how to join into the VIP. Laura Futures AI Trader, goodbye to you. Don't be daft, guys. Don't fall for some scammer coming onto my stream trying to promote some bullshit service. That's all right. I'm waiting for the price to pull back to that point. I mean, you could argue it's valid, but we've not had a retest. If you want to take the impulse entry, you need to be in. Stop loss below low. But gold, I mean, watching it today, a lot of time looked like it was about to break. It was back down, creates more of a low wick. Goes back up, goes back down. It was like that quite a lot today. So I'm not taking the impulse buy, continuation buy. I want to retest. That's what I want. That was my plan. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. That could change my opinion moving forward into the new candle, but again, it will come down to stop loss placement. Minute. Looks like it wants to potentially come back up. Maybe I'm looking at a limit order buy, if that's what you're asking, with that question mark. TP. Look, generally speaking, when it comes to TP on this entry, you're looking at when it flips, but that's a pretty big push. So tags you in, flips back bullish is what I mean. Again, look, it's up to you guys. Take profit where you see fit. Sometimes I'll take profit 20, 30, 40, 50. It just depends. These ones are tough to manage. They're really tough to manage. If you're going to use stop loss below previous candles low, what would that be? That's not that bad. That's about 65, 66 pips roughly. I may even just do that. Yeah. See, you're starting to mainly use live account after getting shafted by the prop firms, and accounting for spreads is so awkward now. Yeah, I'm sure, especially when it comes to silver. So you're not, obviously you're not trading futures, so it's a different story, isn't it? Ooh, look at that 2-hour interruption entry. That would have worked quite nicely. Alright guys, so we're coming close to London Open, so it could get quite volatile. So to be honest, this is a pretty tight stop loss when we're talking gold these days. So have a look at the daily candle as well. So it's flipped back bullish. Big picks. What if my limit doesn't get filled? Oh, we have to wait. May consider something off the 1 hour time frame, but it's going to be difficult because stop loss is going to be massive. The 1 hour though has actually the formation potential for pattern formation of the morning star. So it's tapped into the support here to the left, which is also a 4 hour level, and it's bounced off it, leaving long wick rejection. Current candle like it's going to be closing bullish engulfing. I mean, off the back of that, would have almost taken impulse entries. Not my cup of tea, but I understand if anyone did take an impulse entry and break in the 1 hour high. The other thing you could do is just wait for this candle to close and lower wick. As it begins to break, that could be an option in anticipation of reaching the daily high again. But stop loss is a big issue when it comes to that entry. Plus there is that option of the cluster interruption sell. And the good news is still technically going to be bearish in a 15-minute time frame, as long as it remains below the daily candle low. High, sorry, not low. If we look at silver as well. Silver also has a M30 interruption entry back at the resistance here as well, so similar entry potentially on silver. Yeah, silver looks a bit clean. I know it was also, you've also got a limit order buy valid on silver here. Then I was going to use the 30 minutes my stop loss, but it had no lower wick. Be talking about on a continuation buy. Five minutes. This thing been up, it's been down. Looks like it might break now, but there's no way I'm taking an impulse entry 5 minutes before London Open. Putting impulse? Okay, fair enough. And again, not my type of trade, but you know, I'm not saying don't do it, or for me, it's not a valid entry. I understand some of you might have a different reason to enter it. Guys, I'll be back in less than a minute. Okay, too late for me, needs to pull back. Agreed. That's what I'm looking at. Mags, you notice that no low. Yeah, same, mate. Not in a trade. This is a limit order. $92 health and fitness. Do you guys see to retrace 35.29? Well, it's pretty much at it. So it's done it. Oh, 53, sorry, not 35. 53.19. Yeah, possibly. I've got my entry just a tad above it. Buy limit. Jonathan, good boy. Thank you. I released the answer at 12 and 15, so good for now. Nice one. Who's saying? Well, you don't join at the right time, mate. That's all I can say. Again, I have a plan. I followed a plan. Whether it presents on stream or off stream, I have no idea. I'm not going to force it for the sake of it. We could trade with the members yesterday after the stream. About an hour after the stream was a nice win. So again, no idea when it's going to present. I'm not going to, for the sake of it, just say, right, I'm buying it now. It's not what I do. If you want that, go watch Roger Banks. Jonathan, it's going to drop? Potentially. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Alright, 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes, guys, till session open. Let's quickly look at silver as well, see what is going on. You still got a valid interruption buy. Also got the valid interruption sell to the upside here on the 30 though. Quickly look at German 40. It's continuing bearish. Still want it above that 24,438 roughly for any buy options. Otherwise, just be looking for pullback sells. Let's see on the gold. It's starting to reject. All right, the volume's cranking up prior to session open. I would love if this just literally dropped in the next minute bit, tagged us in, and pop straight back up. But we'll see. A little bit more risk on, definitely, when it's session open. Again, guys, need to manage risk. Just over a minute remaining. Eugene, is the 15-minute has no bottom wick? Will it hit your stop loss before it probably could? I mean, there's no certainty in trading. Michael, you try. All right, mate. All good. I will sort that out. Can you email me? Send me an email. My email address is down in the description. So But again, I'm not sure if you've got the email yet, and that should prompt you, that should provide you some links to click on to direct you to the actual the VIP. But don't stress it if you can't find it. Just email me and I'll manually let you in. Assuming you do actually have a Discord. If not, you'll unfortunately, mate, you'll need to create one. It's not hard though. Alright, session open. Limit order is set, guys. Would be lovely if this thing just drops without the upper wick. Create just a tiny upper wick. Let's start flipping. Let's flip. Alright, the impulse entry in the hourly, yeah, look, it's valid. It's not, for me, it's already pushed quite significantly. You're looking at about a 60 pip stop using the current candle low. If that's your cup of tea, I'm waiting for the trade I've got lined up here, the buy limit. Look at silver, would have not yet really that close to tapping. User, it's in on my profile page, mate, of the TikTok profile page, or just send me a message or jump across the YouTube stream. This link is in the description. I'm on call. Wilaya, thank you for sharing a live, appreciate it. Alright, so it's flipping. This may need to be a delayed, well, it is delayed already, but more so delayed if this just begins to flip. Alright, so look, anyone interested in the impulse entry, you're looking at entries above the 15. You've got about 63, 64, 65 pip stop. I just feel it's a little bit late to the party, so I'm going to wait for that pullback. Gold Mafia FX may not, but that's all good. May hit later, may pop straight up towards the 15-minute cluster interruption higher up, which would be fine because I'd be keen on, I'm looking for a sell. And again, guys, if you're paying attention, I mean, even if I end the stream, you guys should know what to look out for moving forward. If you like my analysis and have a similar idea, if you were paying attention yesterday, you would have made the most of a silver trade that we called. So if he's body bar, you rather wait for the retrace. Yep, that's fair enough. So would I. I'm not looking to take the continuation here. Gold Mafia FX looking for 53.50, break and continue. 50?
Yeah, I would rather cancel my order. I don't like it that it froze.
Broken? Yep. Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, that is the true way to trade the continuation interruption, but it's still valid on the delayed interruption. But I can totally understand. Because my favorite is when you get triggered in on the falling candle. I mean, that's the highest probability of all the interruption trades. Fire, it's not valid when M15 closed above the resistance, did retest in 5 minutes. Didn't really tap into anything, plus you didn't have the confirmation of the interruption then, either way, until this candle closed. If you're talking about continuation here, then yeah, you could take it if you're going to trust the 5 minute. But again, why I didn't like it here, because we were in consolidation. We kept wicking up. We did it here. We rejected. We almost did it here. We rejected. I mean, this candle attempted to break the high of that strong bullish candle, rejected. So that's why I chose to wait for the 15-minute. And again, it may be being a little bit too conservative, but it's just how I trade. It worked for me. So that's what I would prefer, the 15-minute close, and that's what happened, but unfortunately it closed a little bit too high up. You missed me. Oh, okay, no worries, Mark. I'll have a look straight after the stream for the message on what. Calvin Turner, nice one. It's all good, mate. If that's your analysis, all good, mate. All good. Well done. And she's popping up. EU continuing bearish, as is GU. Wow, DAX still selling off. Siva, the DXY pushing up. Yeah. It's always gold. That's why I don't bother looking at DXY. True measure of DXY is what EU is doing. It's a shortcut. If EU is going down, DXY is going up. And pretty much all the majors, but EU, because EU is the most liquid currency other than US dollar. There's a little hint for you guys, but you don't need to follow. Trade gold, just focus on gold chart. Always said it, and it's true. Calvin scored 1400 pips today. Nice one, mate. All good. I mean, happy when you guys are doing well. We use EU instead of DXY. Yeah, it's all good. Again, for me, I just focus on what gold's doing. What level are you looking to take a buy, Ali? From 53.1998. Jonathan, fantastic. Eagle's not at the minute, no. The buy limit. Jonathan's going to break the high. Could do so. See if I can get treated. Or at least think it will come down to your entry now. Look, possibly. Looking like a monster. I'd love for it to do it within this 15-minute London Open candle. Because if this closes strong bearish without quite tapping in, I may remove it, to be honest, especially if it creates an upper wick first on the following candle. Then I believe would do similar to what it did today, up higher, where it could just drop like it's hot here. Tap into the 30-minute interruption. got within a whisker, popped up, and then just melted. So that would be my concern. If it closes similar to this, so it's bearish engulfing right near the interruption but not tagging in, at that point I will remove it if that's to be the case. Because we've got to remember the actual strength within the current daily candle is to the downside. So it could just be pulling back up to create lower high, grab some upside liquidity in order to push back down. So that is why I would remove the order. If it closes too close to the entry. Fletch, goodbye to you. Here still looks bearish. It does look pretty bearish, but still I got a valid entry based on the interruption. Alright, it's trying to come down. So now liquidity candle on the M15, so broke the high, had a high low, high high, it's now got a lower low. There is a good chance that this thing could continue bearish. I'm wanting it to tap into that bearish candle high and bounce off that. Getting closer, guys. If you're eating tacos, nothing better. Tacos are pretty good, mate. You enjoy tacos, so. Alright, guys, one minute. Really quick. Right. Come on. Drop. Just wanted to drop and tag in before the candle close. Close like this, I do believe we're still a fair enough distance away to still look for the trade. But if it closes just above right near its low, and especially if we form an upper wick straight in the open with new candle, I'll just remove the order straight away.
All the majors are dropping.
Yeah, big time. Strength in the US dollar at the minute.
Yeah.
Gold's holding up the best. We look at silver. We'll also potentially tap into the interruption. Alright guys, we've got just over a minute for this to tag in. If it closes like this, I'm going to remove the order. Don't want it to be close without tagging in. There's a good chance it could go straight through stop loss. Ooh, we're getting close. Getting close. Got within about 6 pips just then. Got very close. Come on, don't. Oh man, don't tell me it's gonna Same thing happened today, guys, and then the following candle upper wick and it just melted. So the conditions are the new candle cannot create an upper wick first. If it does, I'm just going to remove the order. Got close to being triggered in, and look at it reacting just prior to it. There may be a 5-minute wick or something it tapped into. Not quite. Oh, geez, it's going to tag in the last few seconds. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. No. Alright, I'm removing it. There's no freaking low wick. How did that not tag in? It looks like this, guys.
You're not triggered in?
I didn't get triggered in.
Oh, okay.
I removed the order. I don't trust it after that, and it could bounce.
Sorry.
No, go for it, mate. Yeah.
No, go.
No, I was gonna say, didn't get triggered in. My concern is it could do what it did here. And it could bounce, and if that would be the case, then I miss out. But I don't like that close because it almost triggered in. It lit up, it didn't quite trigger in. It could have been the spread. And yeah, so I've removed the order. And I wish you guys luck if you are in it. But based off that, I don't trust it. Sorry. Got to be really strict with it. If you learn a lesson, I saw it here. Saw what happened. Looks identical to that. We are in a downtrend on the lower time frames here. So remove the order. Have a look at silver though. I mean, silver's valid. Silver looks better at the minute. You got a low wick. Entry point's just below it. Gold is trying to flip. So if anyone is in it, you still could be pretty good.
And also the closure without the lower wick is also not good at the end, because for sure it can go up, but it can go also through because to the downside, because with the high volume at the end, so closing that.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I mean, it gapped up too on IC markets, this candle. Gapped up. Ooh, it was spread that saved me from being triggered in on that. But either way, you've been decent profit. So nice one. If anyone's in it, you're looking pretty good. Ah, man. No, well, bottled it. All good. Nice trade if anyone is in it. Wow. Oh, well, is what it is. What can you do? What can you do? Look at that though. Still good to see. Still great to see. I just, from what I saw earlier today, put me off. I've never had that conundrum on an interruption where it's literally closed right at it without triggering in on the candle prior to what would have been the candle triggering in. Damn, you'd be up 50 pips at the minute. Ah, all good. Is what it is. Release, nice one. Great analysis, yeah. Look, again, I'm fully aware that it could just bounce because it's got no lower wick, but I'm also aware of what happened earlier today. And again, seeing a daily was forming strong bearish, or was actually bearish at that point. Yeah, just is what it is. Decide to not take it, and then I have to live with that. Big LA. Generally speaking, look, I'd be targeting that level. Be about 70 plus pips. Yeah, I'd definitely be a break even, 100%. Oh well. Why don't took zone to zone M15 because it did not. It did retest zone, but on M5 did retest the zone. Not too sure what you mean. The zone to zone here. The M5 didn't quite tap in. It's tapped in now. That's the only tap in. It's not tapped in prior to the initial 15-minute close above. Man. Oh well. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Laura, you moved it was way too similar to today. Yeah, that's what put me off. Identical to the one that didn't work. Up here. I mean, this one was... The only difference was this actually closed right at the entry. This was a little bit above it, but look at that. Exact same sort of candle. Both are engulfing. This one's an even stronger confirmation because it's broken the high, so that suggests it's grabbed upside liquidity and it could continue further bearish. But turned out no lower wick in this time. It's done what a lot of candles will do afterwards, and that is pushed back bullish. But it's about comfort as well, so it is what it is, guys. I know some of you are going to say otherwise. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but again, I think I had a valid reason to remove the order. It was split second because I was so close to being triggered in. So all good. Still good to see it play out nonetheless. Gold Mafia, because I had reason to. So again, it is what it is. It's just my analysis. Rami took it. Nice one. Yeah, it definitely would. I definitely would take some profits. I mean, 70 plus pips on the table. Well done to those who did take it. But yeah, here's what it is. Assuming silver's... Oh geez, that got close as well. The interruption play is just phenomenal. It is unreal, the strength of it. So great you learn about first on this stream. Sure others will copy it soon. But yeah, nice one, guys. Those who are in it, but not for me. But all good because I have another opportunity moving forward later with my team. What could be looking at now is price breaking the most recent high. So wouldn't look to take the impulse entry, but would be nice if this close strong bullish. The issue again would be stop loss. You'd have to wait for a new candle to create decent little wick and just trust that. That is your next potential entry. Look at it in the 30. It'll be the 30-minute closing. Be closing back bullish. 30 looks maybe like would have kind of missed the move, to be honest. That's probably something I'd be looking at. Otherwise, 15-minute interruption. It's been cluster interruption at this point to the downside. Same on silver, but you got a 30-minute one. Little, yeah, just that resistance. That to me is an entry point to the downside. That's what I'd be looking at. So yeah, nice one. Well done to those who did keep the trade in. And all good. For those who haven't, we'll go again. But to my team, I'll catch you guys soon. I'll catch you guys in probably about an hour and a bit from now. Take a bit of break to grab some dinner. For saying again, I trusted it, but I had a valid reason because I've seen what happened today. So off the back of that, yep, for me, I just did not feel comfortable. And I always say to my guys, you're not comfortable because you should be comfortable in every trade you take. You do your analysis properly, and I trust myself. I back myself 100%, 110% of the time. So if my intuition is telling me remove it, there's usually a really good reason for it. Even today, I removed this one. I got a bit lucky. I removed it, but I saw what happened. So I removed it when this thing popped up without triggering in. Then I removed it, knowing it could pull back, creates low wick, tag you in, and you're gone. And it's doing it now, but it's delayed. So you could have got to the point where you secured profit prior to it, but I didn't trust it. So if I don't trust it anymore, I remove it. It's not because I don't trust my analysis, it's because I have a reason to remove it, and that's how I trade. So that's it. But anyway, guys, well done. If anyone took it, you should be out of break even by now. Could come down further. It looks like it will. So we could have potential buys lower down. Something for myself and my members to ponder later on our call. I'll catch you, Franco, Rafai, Laura, and whoever else can make it later.
Okay, enjoy your dinner.
See you, mate. Oh, we'll do. I'll chat to you soon.
Yeah, goodbye.
See you, mate. And YouTube, TikTok, once again, thank you for the support, and I'll catch you guys also tomorrow. Michael, I'll message you. I'll have a look right now for you. Everyone else, cheers, take care, goodbye, catch you tomorrow, cheers.